Hello, and thank you for allowing me to speak with you tonight. My name is Jen Thilker, and I have worked as the student librarian at Londonderry Middle School for the last semester. I want to begin by thanking Jessica Payer for her leadership and guidance over the last few months. She has proven the value of a skilled librarian, and her dedication shows in the community center that she has created within the library. Today, I am here to present to you an action plan based on a comprehensive environmental scan and needs assessment created for the Londonderry Middle School Library Media Center. This plan will outline 3 goals and take roughly 3 years to achieve. I have observed many wonderful things about the community and the school. There's a general willingness to learn and grow, and students are the center of it all. I've observed many great instances of collaboration and support of individualized goals. There are 3 main components to this action plan. The first goal is to buy additional materials to support differentiated learning. The second is to establish a makerspace using a combination of existing resources and new storage solutions. And lastly, to utilize student volunteers to gain student insights and offset the lack of a dedicated library assistant. The library does a great job to ensure that every discipline has the opportunity to help select materials for the library. With the generous current budget, it makes it possible to keep a healthy collection of books suited for every interest and reading ability. Each student at Londonderry Middle School has strengths and growth opportunities. We know that not all students learn the same, yet there are core concepts that we try to instill across the board. By offering the same instructional tools to each student, however, we may not consider their unique learning styles and as such struggle to bring them to the grade standards. In recent years, more emphasis has been placed on purchase of what we call high-interest, low-level books. These books show great circulation and have allowed students who may struggle with reading comprehension to connect with the literature. Integration of graphic novels, audiobooks, ebooks, etc. to the curriculum standard is a great place to start in supporting students' individual needs and interests. To achieve this goal, there are a few steps that need to take place. The first will be to review the existing collection, identify companion texts for required reading, discuss student struggles with the reading departments, and then prioritize the purchase of these materials. By allocating roughly 25% of the annual budget, which is consistent with the amount of students struggling with their reading comprehension, over the next 3 years, the library will have a sufficient collection to support them. On the same line of thinking, less and less work is being done through physical mediums, and students are suffering because of it. As the school strives to get to one device per student model, a common complaint with students is the lack of differentiation in classroom deliverables. More and more projects follow the same formula of online receipt. Our next goal would be to create a designated spot in the library for making. Right now, the library is home to 2 3D printers and a bunch of other maker supplies. In the last couple of years, and particularly due to COVID-19 restrictions, these expensive pieces of equipment have been underutilized. Many students and teachers do not know of their existence. By adapting the library space to delineate space for making, we can offer more opportunities for collaboration and allow students to explore tactile learning methods. Since this library already has some of the equipment, one suggestion would be to purchase stands and storage solutions. The makerspace would be clearly visible upon entering the library and may remind teachers of the resources already available to them. This would be rolled out in phases to ensure maximum success, starting by the reorganization of existing furniture to make designated space for technology use, reading, collaboration, instruction, and making. Then a review of materials to purchase would take place. Makerspaces can be expensive, but since the foundation is already available, costs would be associated with the storage solutions that work for the library. And then in a second phase, additional supplies as needed and requested from teachers who use the space. Once materials are sourced and ordered, advertising to encourage use of the space, and then additional feedback from students and teachers on outcomes will be necessary to determine the overall success of this project. The last goal of this action plan is to utilize student volunteers. Currently, there are no student volunteers in the library. Occasionally, program students will come down to the library with their caregivers and ask if they have designated tasks that can be completed. These tasks are usually on a case-by-case basis and are not aimed at supporting larger projects. The use of student volunteers is not unique to the library. Many teachers have successfully integrated using student volunteers into their curriculum. Student volunteers can act as a litmus test for the success and interest of programs, can offer real-time feedback, and provide students with the ability to brainstorm, explore, and create new projects that benefit the library and their individual interests and learning goals. To achieve this goal, I would start by piloting a student volunteer program with a specific project in mind. The library has just implemented the Book Box subscription service, and this would be a great opportunity to get students involved. In order to be eligible, students must be in good standing, have a free period, and be willing to support the library during their storm classes. The second phase of the student volunteer program would be to come up with some sort of community project. Students will work with the librarian and finalize a project and present it to students. These projects can include a community read, makerspace workshop, book group, or any other interest-based project. Students will take ownership of their learning and support the library operative tasks. The library does a wonderful job, but these are solvable problems and achievable outcomes. If you implement my plan, it will take the school 3 years to fully realize the potential of these programs. I believe these small changes will be extremely beneficial to achieving the goals expressed by students and faculty. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to taking any questions about the Library Media Center and our 3-year plan.